Hello and welcome to the California Region 4 VEX Robotics V5 Event Regional Championship for 2026. My name is Joe Amaro and I am the lead event partner coordinating this event. The STEAM Ahead Foundation is hosting this event. The STEAM Ahead Foundation is a nonprofit educational foundation whose primary goal and purpose is to provide STEM and STEAM-related educational activities to the students in San Diego County. This event will be held over 3 days with 96 teams middle school, 96 teams high school, for a total of 192 teams in one venue. This is going to be done at the Town and Country Convention Center. And with that, we need you to be aware of the fact that in doing so, there's a lot more expenses that have been incurred to hold this event to the standards that the students deserve. So we are asking your help in helping to pay for this facility without having to raise the entry fee every year, okay? So with that, we would like to make you aware of the fact that we have a GoFundMe program online that's available to you. If you can share that with your circle and friends of influence to help fund this program so we can pay for everything and make it bigger and better for next year. Please make sure that your main advisor and the team members have gone on to the REC Foundation Robot Events website, that you've checked all of the items that are there for the tabs over to the left. Over to the left of the website, you will see tabs that will take you into different areas: the inspection guidelines, the judging policies, the food policies, all of the things and the do's and the don'ts that you need to know to be able to participate in this event will be there. Make sure that we have an appropriate phone number for whoever is going to be your advisor, especially the day of the event on check-in, or if there's something going to be different on Saturday or Sunday for an advisor that's going to be there. We need to know about that ahead of time. We need to know who's going to be responsible in case of any liability issues or if any students need some type of emergency care. Make sure that your robots are ready to be inspected, that you have downloaded the inspection sheet, that you have that with you. It's been already signed by your coach or advisor. Please note that the competition fields in each division will be elevated fields. They will have all brand new anti-static tiles so that all fields will be equal. There will not be one field with used tiles and one field with new tiles. All of them will be brand new. The lighting in the competition area and in the skills field and in the practice field areas will be consistent throughout the run of the event. So for all 3 days, the lighting will be exactly the same for any of the matches that you're going to be doing. There will not be any changing of lighting for anything during the event. If you have any questions in regards to the hotel, check-in, parking, whatever, please contact the hotel. Okay, just a friendly reminder, okay? One of the things that is foremost in this VEX Robotics program is that everything that we do is student-centered, okay? So it's about you, the student, coding the robot, building the robot, designing the robot, using an engineering design principle to build the robot that you built. Yes, we have adults that are there to help us, and they're there to provide the resources that we need so that you can produce the robot and then drive that robot and show everyone what it is that you can do with that robot. Again, we need to be cognizant and aware of G1, Code of Conduct, G2, everything being student-centered, and G4. Make sure that once again, that your robot is reflective of what it is that you did with that robot. Not somebody else, but you and your team put together. We're going to start the event on Friday at 3 p.m. Check-in will be for all 192 teams starting at 3 o'clock. We will go until 7:45 for event check-in and also for robot inspection. Now, in regards to checking in and dropping off, there will be maps there available for you that we'll have on the website so that you can see there is a drive-through area that you can come in, drive in, drop off your robot, and drive out. You cannot come in, park there, and then empty out and move your robots and other equipment in. You need to come in, unload very quickly. It's going to be very much like at San Diego International Airport. There's going to be somebody there that will tell you you can't stop, you need to move on. So you can park in either of the parking structures, either the outdoor parking structure, or there's parking underneath. If you park underneath, you can just go park your car underneath and come up through the elevator or the stairwells to bring your robots into the area for check-in. Look for the flags that are there showing you where the drop-off area is. Look for the flags and the signage for check-in. Be looking for the signage throughout the event for all the different places that you have to go to. We will be posting maps that shows you the floor layout and where everything will be. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send us an email and we'll do everything we can to honor those. Teams need to come in, check in, whoever the responsible adult is for the team. The coach, the mentor, the advisor, whoever that person is, they need to check in. The teams can go into the main ballroom, which is the Golden State Ballroom. There will be doors there. People can go straight into the pit areas. High school is going to be to your right. Middle school will be to your left. Please look for other signage that points you in the direction you need to go. The teams are welcome to go and populate their pits. As soon as they get into their pits, they need to take their robots and get in line for inspection. We will start inspection hopefully about 3:15 or sooner if possible, and then we will go until 7:45 with inspection. If you can't make it by 7:45, please make sure that you call me. My cell phone number is listed on the website, and if things happen, a car breaks down, something happens, the coach mentor can't be there, and things didn't happen the way that you thought time-wise, if you're going to be late, please contact me. We'll try to do what we can to make arrangements. Opening ceremonies will start at 8 p.m., and then we will start matches both days, Saturday and Sunday, at 8 o'clock. All teams will be given 3 colored wristbands. Blue wristbands are for the high school, red wristbands are for the middle school. Only those team members with the wristbands will be allowed into queuing for matches, for the Drivers Alliance stations once you go to your competition matches, and only those individuals with wristbands will be allowed in the skills area or in the practice area. If you need to swap out members, you're willing to do so. However, remember, you are not allowed to change drivers from one team to another team, okay? Make sure that you're aware of that. This facility is a convention center, just like at Worlds or any other convention center. There are certain guidelines in regards to food that can be brought into the ballrooms. You are not allowed to bring any food into the ballrooms. You can have snacks and some drinks or whatever in your pits. You can have a small cooler in your pits or a cooler in your pits to do that. But you will not be allowed to bring in 6 Little Caesars pizzas or whatever the case may be. Any food purchased off-site will not be allowed to be brought into the venue. So again, please be aware of that. We will have people that will be monitoring that. The convention center will be monitoring that. Okay, in regards to carts or any wheeled vehicles or implements that you might use to transport your robots and all your equipment, you're allowed to have carts, bring them in to the facility, into your pit. But once you're in your pit, that cart has to stay there. We are looking to see what we can do possibly for use of carts, for queuing, for matches. If we have the field, if we have the room available to it, we'll let you know the day of the event. But right now, any carts that you have, we're not going to have 10 or 12 carts, in line for definitely for skills. There's not enough room for carts for skills or for practice field. As far as cutting of any metal, that it will be done in the building. You are not to cut any metal. We will set up, and we will announce later, we're still under negotiations of how we can possibly set up through the back loading doors a place for people to cut metal if that's the case. Please plan accordingly. You're going to have to maybe cut parts, by hand, or just plan ahead. What parts might fail. You might have some backups of some of your critical parts that you have. Just have a backup part ready to go so we don't have to deal with that. Each booth will have a sign in it that will show the team number, the organization, the city that you're from, and possibly a couple of logos there for this event. Aside from that, you're going to have one table, two chairs, a trash can, and a duplex outlet for you to use for a laptop or for charging batteries. Okay, you are not to take and drape any extension cords along the floor. We are under very strict regulations with the San Diego Fire Department. The fire marshal will be coming through. This is a large event. Again, this event is the biggest event in the United States this year for any regional championship. Know that the fire department will come through, want to make sure that we're abiding by the rules and regulations there. We're in very tight quarters. We are doing the minimums right now to make sure that we have aisles that are the right distance per fire code, and we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can in regards to fire regulations. Okay, in regards to the pits, pipe and drape pits, okay, again, just like at Worlds, you are not allowed to remove any of the pipes, any of the drapes. If you are fortunate enough to have 3 or 4 teams from your organization side by side, you will not move dividing pipes and drapes. Okay, each pit has to stay separate and independent. In regards to the pits also, you are not allowed to bring your own practice fields and put them in the pits. You want to have a couple of elements there, that's fine, but you're not going to remove pipe and drape to put 2 fields, 2 pits together, 3 pits together, so that you can have a practice field. As far as hanging anything in the pipes, in the pits, okay, the limit is no more than 10 pounds off of the back wall, period. I know a lot of teams like to decorate, do things and whatnot. LED lights, just be cautious of that, because if you're taking power for LED lights, you don't have power for batteries or for laptops. So plan accordingly. This is our first year of doing an event in this type of venue. We will continue doing this as we move on, and we will find better ways to do things to help the teams to operate. But right now, please understand that you need to follow that. The rules as far as electrical is concerned, as far as weight on the drapes, and also any kind of signage there. Practice and skills will be in 2 separate rooms. Practice will be in one room all by itself. Skills will be in a different room all by itself. Parents and adults will not be allowed in the practice fields area. They will not be allowed in the skills fields area. The skills field area will have 8 skills fields, and there will be stanchions available to cordon off that area, but there will be seating there for spectators to watch the skills matches if they want to do so. Also, we will have maps available for you for the flow of how things are going to be for practice fields and how it will be for skills field. Again, only the team members will be allowed into practice. So if you need to switch out wristbands because you need your coder into the practice field and not one of your spotters, then please do so. Once you get back to a competition match, if you need to have a spotter swap out a wristband, you're welcome to do so. In the skills area, the skills fields will all be portable plastic fields. They will not be elevated. The practice fields will not be elevated. They'll be all metal fields. 2 of the practice fields will have GPS. The portable fields will all have GPS. Also in regards to the skills field, depending on the volunteer numbers that we have, we are going to concentrate and make sure that we have qualified volunteers for resetting the competition fields. If we don't have enough volunteers to reset the skills fields, we may ask teams to reset the skills fields after they're done with each one of their matches. Again, all teams will be given the allotted 3 attempts per skills, and just plan accordingly and do what it is that you feel that you need to do to get the skills points that you need to have. Okay, practice fields will be open Saturday night until 7 p.m. So once we finish competition matches on Saturday, I know there's going to be teams that want to make changes to the robots. So at this point in time, the best we could do to help you with that is to have practice fields. The practice fields and skills fields will be open for practice Saturday night until 7 p.m. Then we will shut it down, start again on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. Make sure that you are taking very careful care of your time management as far as skills are concerned. We have 96 teams in each division. There will be plenty of time between matches in most cases for teams to run their skills events. Just make sure that you watch those times very carefully. Please be advised that we will do everything we can in our power to make sure all teams get at least one personal interview in their pits. Okay, so the judges will come around. They will take a look at, interviewing the teams. We will have plenty of experienced judges that will be coming to your pits. They will do everything they can to make sure they come by. Each team will be interviewed in the pits. If they come to your pit ready to interview you, and your team might be in the skills area, work with them, talk with the judges, tell them, hey, our team's over in skills, or they have a match coming up or whatever. However, the judges will know the schedule of all the teams also. They will be able to access that and know when you have a match coming up, and they will take a look at, when you have a match coming up and when your next match will be after that, and then they will schedule it and they will try and come by and see you. So make sure that you are ready to do that, that whoever it is that you want in your pit, because they will interview you in your pit, is there so that you can conduct the interview. Your coder, your builder, your manager, your team captain, whoever it's going to be, needs to be in the pits to be interviewed. Parents, adults will not be in the interview. Parents are not allowed to videotape the interview behind the judges. Okay, so that if the judges see that happening, they will stop the interview and they will ask the parents or the adults not to do so. Okay, this again, everything we're doing is student centered. All right, so make sure that you understand that. And so the judges will interview you. They will come up, they'll talk to you, they'll take pictures of your robot. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to answer their questions. They have a limited time in which to answer the questions. So think carefully about how you want to answer the questions and who's going to answer those questions. Once they're done with the interview, they then will go on to the next interview. And so teams might receive more than one interview, so please be prepared for that. Okay. Again, look at your schedule, find out what's going on. Everything should be on VEX Via, so everybody should know exactly what's going on and at what times your matches are going to be. The deadline for digital notebooks was February 15th. Hopefully you got your digital notebook turned in, and those will be done by the time we start this event. If you have any other questions regarding judging or digital notebooks, please send us an email concerning that. As far as apparel is concerned, yes, we will have Fine Design Company at the event with over a dozen different apparel items that they were sold, just like was done at last year's ERC. And also, they're the same company that sells apparel at the World's event. So please be aware of that. We have not received our artwork yet of the potential items that they're going to be selling at the event. They will be located somewhere in one of the two foyers that we will have available. So be prepared to be able to purchase apparel from them that is for this event. We will also have some tables set up for other items that will be sold there that are VEX items that we're going to be using to raise money. We will also have a raffle of different items that are going to be there. One of those items we will be giving away each day is a pneumatics kit on Saturday and a pneumatics kit on Sunday. So there will be other items that we are now still working on that we're looking for sponsors to donate that will be part of the raffle. And all of those monies for the apparel sales, all the monies for the raffles, all the monies for any of the merchandise that we are selling will be used to help pay for this event. Again, thank you for participating in this event. Thank you for following all the rules. Again, this is student-centered. We want to make sure that the students have the best opportunity and the best event possible. So again, thank you for paying attention to and being involved in this event. And we look forward to seeing you on Friday, February 27th.